Alrighty guys, so it's Thursday before Christmas. We've got tomorrow to go, which is final pack-up day. Managed to do a little bit to the Corvette, not too much unfortunately, not as far as we'd like to have got. I came down with COVID after my trip to Melbourne just recently, so I've only got back to work sort of Tuesday this week, which is final Christmas week. Nearly fixed and nearly back on the mend 100%. But today we managed to spend some time onto the Corvette, just to sort of get our brain around it and make some stuff happen, so to speak. Pretty happy with where we got to. We've got a really good baseline now, and we've got a lot of more stuff sorted out. So yeah, I'll show you what we've done and where we've got up to, and yeah, see what we think. So as you can see, we've got motor in there. We've got radiator shrouds, air intake, LS1 ECU sitting in sort of location. Alternators down there. It can't stay there. Unfortunately, it fouls on one of the chassis rails, so we're going to have to do a high mount alternator up on the left hand side of it. We're not going to be able to fit aircon down there because obviously we have steering. So again, we're going to have to do a high mount alternator. A high mount air conditioning compressor and the likes, which will all sit up sort of in this area here. But that's right, the guys at MACKIELEC over in Sydney, they've got us covered there. We've gone through their website earlier and they've got what we need and it all will fit. And it's the same with all of the alternator for this side. It's got alternator, power steering pump, everything all into a bracket system that'll all fit in there and clear everything. So we'll be able to do all of that quite comfortably and easy. We've just gone through our parts piles and had a set of VE/VF LS2 log manifold, exhaust manifolds here, which we thought, we'll just throw them on, see what they're like, and man, they just fit a dream. We're not going to have these obviously because it's just going to restrict the engine too much, but it gives us a good idea as to what we're going to get in there, so that works quite well. Yeah, even the driver side, which would be the pain in the arse side with the steering, but it works a treat. So tomorrow I've got coming a set of the HSV 4-in-1 style shorty headers. So we'll give those a go, and hopefully if they work, that's what we'll be running on this without having to do a full custom set of extractors, which I think on this sort of car is pointless with the small power level that we're chasing. Underneath, I'll just bring it up in the air, so hang on for a sec and I'll get it up in the air and we'll have a look at that. So yeah, under here, obviously this is all sort of factory under here, but we've got the Holly sump that we're going to run on it. Plenty of room everywhere. Currently we've just basically have some dummy mounts set up into it, just to get engine location. We'll then convert them to a Tuff mount later on as we get closer to that. T56 that we're running is sitting, it's in there. It's like really easy. It's in, there's your torque tube, your C-section, which holds the trans and everything else to the diff. So it all works, which is it's just really sort of simple. So far we've been really lucky. We're like, seriously, check that out. 4 headers off of a different car altogether. So we're not keeping these, but it's just amazing that everything just works off the shelf. So that's made life really easy. We've got plenty of room around the transmission. Not that you can really see there, but yeah, there's room everywhere. I think we're going to move the engine back 10 odd mil just to give us a little bit of extra clearance around the crank pulley to put belts on and that stuff. So we just have to modify this bracket a little bit, just slot these holes. Yeah, just slot these holes so we can just slide everything back just to give us the clearance that we need. Otherwise, yeah, look, you know, it's at a point where, yeah, it's sort of there. We've got to get a tail shaft uni because what we've got sort of doesn't work, so we have to figure out what we're going to run there. The factory round big donut style isn't going to work on it. We may cut or modify the C beam yet, but we'll worry about that at the time, see what other options we have. But yeah, so you know, it's pretty good. So at the moment, yeah, we're just running standard VC LS1 engine brackets with a 25mm pad under it, and that just sits everything into a really nice spot. But as I said, we'll end up making a set of proper mounts for it. We won't be doing conversion kits for it. We'll just be doing a one-off set for this car, and that'll be it. This car's had too many modifications to the front chassis and engine mounting system, so yeah, we'll just have to do something specific for this vehicle. But yeah, it's cool. So anyway, yeah, so anyway, that's sort of where we're at the moment. Tomorrow, Friday, we'll do a little bit more, but that's going to have to be it until after we get back from Summer Nats. Well, then we'll have to sort of really head down, bum up into it and try to get this car a lot closer to the finish line. Yep. That's the nose cone after the polish. Looks bloody sharp. Didn't expect it to come up this good actually, but yeah, quite nice. Quite a surprise. It's a win. So yeah, we had Clint from Supreme Shine come back again today. Clint always does us proud. He's waved his magic wand over the Corvette, and wow, holy crap, has it come up all right. Now, it ain't a show car again, but you know, it's nice. So we're just going to keep it this way now. Yeah, it's come up really well. It's removed many a year of build up and crap all off the car now, so this is good. We've managed to do a fair bit to it. Tomorrow the work will start hard on it again. I think I've shown you this already, but we've now got dummy motor, dummy trans. We'll start setting up the radiator, air intake, all that sort of stuff, just to check on space and how much room we've got. But as you can see, you know, it's all pretty tight, but it's all in there. So we're under the Corvette. As you can see, made a little bit of progress. Torque tubes all in, not for the final time, but it's all fitted up correctly, all bolted up correctly. We've started giving this area back here a bit of a clean, just so we can sort of see what we're dealing with and the likes. So yeah, all the aluminium arms are all nice, the drive shafts, the this bit, sorry, the uprights. Yeah, so the torque tubes all done. Brackets made, tidied. We've actually modified it slightly just to set the engine back just 10mm further back to make it a bit easier to get belts and sort of stuff on. But yes, it's all done. Engine mounts are made. They've just got to be pulled out and cleaned up and powder coated. We'll do that once the new engine actually arrives. Extractors are done. They are currently off. They're ready to go out to get ceramic coated. They worked an absolute treat. Alrighty, so we have just received a big batch of parts for the Corvette, which will take us to the next sort of stage with it. So we've got a heap of stuff from MACKIELEC, Motorsports over in Sydney. They've looked after us with the high mount alternator and high mount aircon kit for that. RACEWORKS, we've just received all the fuel side of the parts that we need, so fittings and lines and pumps and all that sort of gear, so that's here as well. And we received the shifter to suit the car, to suit the gearbox.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. Finally, it's great we can get on to the next stage. So yeah, so from Alex we've got, obviously this is all of the bracket kit here. That's the high mount. That's the alternator one there by the looks of it. This one is the aircon bracketry. That's the brand new aircon compressor. That is a reservoir, brand new reservoir for the power steering. This will be the power steer pump, or that will be the power steer pump. I don't know how it all's going to work, but anyway, that's the alternator actually, and that's the power steer pump. No, that's the power steer reservoir there. Yeah, so we've got everything now, which is good. So we'll dummy this up today and get all this onto the car so we can then get to the next stage. We've just received the engine back from Lonsdale Engine Works. Literally just straight off the back of the truck now. So that's all brand new, ready to rock. Full VCM 710 cam kit in this one. Thanks to those guys, they've looked after us as they always do with their best stuff. So that's excellent. So that's on the stand. And then over here we've got the heads, so they're all done as well. So they've been cleaned and faced and decked, and new valve springs and everything. So they're all, not really see in there, but so yeah, so they're all as good as brand spanking new. So which is excellent. And then once all that's sort of on the engine, we've got all the rest of it here from guys with VCM. Who? That's right, VCM. So yeah, we've got all the other parts up here. So you know, the rockers and the lifter, everything. It's all there, the balancer. So that's all good to go. So we'll get a video of that going together. That'll probably go together the next day or two. So we'll put a video of that as it comes together. But we've got to obviously get the motor that's in the car out, get the sump off of that and fit that to this motor before we can fit the new stuff. But you know, that's just how it goes. But we'll get there. So big steps, good wins. And by the way, thanks VCM, thanks RACEWORKS, and thank you to the guys at MACKIELEC Motorsports. I love it when you buy stuff and it just sort of works. So yeah, this is the gear from MACKIELEC. So the high mount alternator and high mount aircon setup. We are just waiting on the power steering pump to arrive so we can fit that in and then do a dummy up of belts and all that sort of gear. But no, really cool. Just great how it just works and bolts on and looks good. It's the time the motor gets in there. It'll be pretty full, but yeah, it'll work a treat. So yeah, it's good little progress. It went together very easily, which was again a wonderful surprise. So yeah, onwards and upwards. We'll get hopefully this finished off by the end of the week or Monday at the latest. By then, hopefully the motor, we've finished assembling the motor. So then we should be able to pull this one, get the mounts finished, push them, powder coat them, fit them up to the new motor, tidy up the engine bay before we slip that in, like just clean and get all that ready. And then hopefully slip the new motor and clutch and box in, and that'd be awesome. Bit of an update on wiring. Sorry, the Mustang. We've got to have this Corvette back over to Melbourne, well, pretty well in 2.5 weeks' time. We're taking it over to Mitch over at MACKIELEC. He's going to wire the car up, get it all done and dusted, and yeah, have that all done. That way we don't have any dramas. It's done, it's finished. It's the pats and the security and all that sort of stuff's done off of the ECU, so it won't be a drama. It'll be done and dusted in one place, and he wants it for 7 to 10 days, so it'll work pretty well. Also today we had new brake lines made for the rear. Not really required, but it's nice to have some ADR approved braided lines done, because we do have a new brake kit coming as well. So that'll be here in the next week. Thanks to John Kerr for that. He's looked after us there with some old stock kicking around. So that'd be nice to get onto the car. So yeah, it's coming together, not as fast as I'd like, but it's getting there. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. I'll probably call this video as that at the moment. Lots going to happen over the next couple, so I think we'll call it quits on this video here. So part 2 on the car, and part 3 will be starting to be filmed next week, I would say. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Please fire off any questions. Don't forget to check our website out for all new merch. I've got old one on, so don't look at that one, but it's still there on the website. Yeah, check us out, check it out, leave some comments, hope you like it, and we'll keep pushing. Cheers, guys.